The first atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
Over humanity!
The fires of frustration and discord are burning in every
Let us
city.
not forget for a moment the toils and efforts that lie ahead.
They say that those who forget their history are condemned to repeat it. This is the History Lessons Podcast with certified financial planning practitioner Patrick Huey, author of History Lessons for the Modern Investor, and your guide to financial wisdom in the past, present, and future. You ready? Good. Let's get historical.
Hey, I'm Patrick Huey, author of History Lessons for the Modern Investor. And this is how history can help inform your investments, retirement, and tax planning for the week of December 1st, 2025. And today, we're focusing on learning from launches, or in actuality, the failure to launch. And no, I'm not talking about kids who don't leave home after college. What we're talking about is aiming high and learning fast. Because on December 6, 1958, Pioneer 3 launched from Cape Canaveral in Florida. Now, this was the continuation of America's space failures, their space findings, and the leap towards the moon. Just 1 year after Sputnik ignited global tensions, the U.S. Army launched Pioneer 3 from Cape Canaveral, aiming to send it past the Earth's gravity and towards the moon. Well, the probe didn't make it. A premature rocket cutoff kept it from escaping Earth's orbit. But what looked like a failure on paper became a scientific windfall. That's because Pioneer 3's onboard Geiger counters gathered the crucial data confirming a second radiation belt around the Earth, reshaping the blueprint for all future space missions. Rather than reproach or retreat, engineers, scientists, and policymakers doubled down, refining the technology and fueling a competitive cycle that would soon put men on the moon. The real legacy of Pioneer 3 isn't just in what it accomplished, but in how researchers turned missed marks into momentum, showing that meaningful progress depends far more on the feedback loop than some imaginary finish line. Here then are 4 lessons for the modern investor from Pioneer 3 and the rocket age. First of all, success is iterative. That's because progress follows persistence and not perfection. Pioneer 3 didn't reach its target, but it transformed the mission's loss into a new discovery. In investing and innovation, each round of analysis, each portfolio rebalance, even each disappointment, that's what propels you closer to something that will actually work. So celebrate the progress on the learning curve and not just the finish line. Number 2, setbacks are feedback, not failure. If the U.S. had measured its program by just that launch alone, the space race would be over. Instead, engineers and scientists treated the miss as a priceless source of evidence. In finance and business, even your best bets sometimes miss. What counts is how quickly you deploy those lessons to improve the next model, the next process, or the next trade. Number 3, know your environment and adjust accordingly. Pioneer 3 gave vital information about the Van Allen belts, allowing subsequent missions to shield delicate instruments from radiation. Markets have their own radiation belts, volatility, and unseen forces. And the more you study, the more you test, the smarter your protections the next time you blast off into the unknown. Finally, competition on a global stage spurs innovation. The space race was as much about national pride as it was science. But the rivalry was a powerful motivator, raising the bar for every team and opening new opportunities on both sides. For investors and leaders, global markets force you to learn, adapt, and stay sharp. Somebody informed the White House. So don't shy away from competition. Instead, see it as your best engine for growth and invention. Here's a final thought today. Pioneer 3 didn't make headlines as a success, but it paved the road to the stars. Whether you're aiming for conservative growth or your own moonshot, you must remember, each thoughtful try, win or lose, compounds the skills, the wisdom, and the resilience that move you further and faster the next time around. In this marketplace, as in space, the view gets better with every launch.